Note, the first 20 minutes of this video were done before the predictable announcement. An announcement so predictable, I began working on and editing this video over 6 hours before predictable announcement was made. In addition, this video is not about said predictable announcement, but the announcement that should have come along with it, and why there is yet another massive problem with fan preferences and idiocies. Also, I'm more than likely going to be talking about some things you probably don't know about or remember, which will shed light on said problems I have with this entire situation. This video may be offensive to trolls, idiots, or sheeple who can't stand being wrong or learning about the past, especially when it comes to me for whatever stupid reason. With that out of the way, please enjoy the video. And wake up, people!
Going green, this is car 5, going green, this is car 5. Bring them down.
You know, I didn't even plan on doing another video other than the 2 previously scheduled videos for 2019, but this situation is so predictable, so stupid, so obvious, and now thanks to the vast majority of the NASCAR community as a whole, so irrefutably stupid that the dragon has to roar again. Let's talk about the AustinHill controversy. The Iowa truck race. AustinHill and Johnny Sauter have contact. AustinHill then wrecks Johnny Sauter. So Johnny Sauter does what you do to any dirty driver. You take them out. NASCAR, in their obvious hatred of Johnny Sauter, parks him, and Sauter's the bad guy? Why? You know, I'm starting to think that the fans have a 5-second memory or something. Or either that, or Greg Biffle blinded everyone so much with his triumphant return that they conveniently forgot about this at the previous truck race at Texas.
Accidents happen a lot less frequently in the front.
There's the contact. We thought about it because he was following him down towards pit road. Looked like AustinHill just got a little bit loose, got into the left rear quarter panel of Johnny Sauter, and then nothing Johnny could do about it.
Yeah, that was the same 2 drivers, and the same victim got wrecked, and now the victim's been wrecked twice by the same idiot, and NASCAR victimizes the victim again, and the victim's the bad guy? Huh? What logic does that make? Oh, but it gets better. Johnny Sauter is one of those guys that the idiots of NASCAR just loves to hate for literally no reason. Because he's one of those drivers that can race you clean if you race him clean, but if you race him dirty, he'll race you dirty. But apparently that's not allowed in today's NASCAR. You either gotta be totally clean or totally dirty. And for some reason they prefer totally dirty. Hi, Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick. What's the point of this? And now the fans are asking for Sauter to be suspended? I'm sorry, since when does 1 beat 2? AustinHill's the one that caused 2 wrecks. Shouldn't he get the suspension instead? Hello? What are we doing here? Why is this a problem? Why are people not seeing this? Oh, but it gets better. That oblivious idiot AustinHill actually had the audacity to respond this way.
We were racing hard. Getting into turn 1, he got into me a little bit, and you know, I kind of returned the favor. I don't race like that, so.
You don't race like that. You race like that the previous
race me like that and try to, take me out. I guess he was mad from Texas last week. I don't know. But I'm not going to put up with it. And I think you seen that today. I try to race everybody clean, but when they race you like that, I don't put up with it. But
you can't put up with that? What do you think Sauter was telling you? He wasn't going to put up with the crap you were doing to him. Do you see the problem here? Or are you that oblivious of an idiot? I had fears that Hailie Deegan was going to be the next Kyle Busch, but it looks like this guy might obviously take the cake on that one. Or maybe she's the next Kyle Busch and he's the next Kevin Harvick, because Kevin Harvick is a tad bit more stupider in terms of this kind of thing than Kyle Busch is. Just a tad bit.
let's move on. I have better things to worry about than the 13 truck.
Yeah, you got better things to worry about now that you're public enemy number one. Because no one's going to tolerate your 5-second memory judgments of ridiculousness and all that stuff, dude. No one's going to tolerate that. Why are people trying to make this guy a hero? He's not a hero. He's the obvious bad guy. He's an oblivious idiot. And he's trying to go from neutral to bad guy and nothing flat. And I think he's going to succeed, too. Because how oblivious can you be to this kind of thing? Just... Why did Hattori give him Brett Moffitt's ride? And don't say sponsorship, because he just said he had a sponsor come on board, which may mean he's actually the next Timothy Peters, and that's just what I need, another one of him. Ridiculous. It really is. The sadder part here is that this is not the first WTF controversy NASCAR has caused involving Johnny Sauter. And debatably, it's not the most infamous either. Do you remember the 2004 Pepsi 300? That debacle of a Busch race that had the top 4 wrecking and Sauter slowed in the smoke. And just as the caution was coming out, Michael Walter passed him, and there was a debate over who won. And of course, NASCAR gave it to Mikey because Mikey.
I think NASCAR is doing whatever they can to keep me from winning races and obviously accumulating points for the championship at the end of the year. But all in all, a good day for the Kleenex Pontiac. Super proud of those guys. We didn't have the car to beat today, and we've had cars to beat all year long, and then today we didn't. We ended up with a decent finish, but if you freeze the field like you're supposed to, we should have been the winner, obviously. And last week we got screwed out of a spot. Should have been 15th, and they gave us 16th. So I don't know. Maybe I need to buy the guy up in the review booth some glasses, but for the most part, a good day for us.
Let's talk about, with 2 to go, from your vantage point, what took place.
I knew there was going to be a wreck. Not taking away anything from those guys, but they all have good cars, and I knew it was going to get ugly. And I unfortunately didn't have a car that was able to get up there and compete with those guys. But I just knew there was no way they were going to get through there. You got a lot of aggressive talent there, and we should have been able to take advantage of that. And I guess NASCAR doesn't see it that way, so we'll just go on.
Johnny Sauter, second again.
And if you thought that was the stupidest way that Johnny Sauter was screwed out of a win, let me remind you of 2009 Gateway, where NASCAR gave Mike Skinner a win when Skinner never passed Sauter under green because Cabadine and Ron Hornaday decided to do their best Kyle Busch impression against Matt Crafton and get him penalized. And by the way, Crafton at this point was not only a good guy, but Sauter's teammate. Oh yeah, and the 2011 truck race at Texas, not the Kyle Busch one, but the other one in the spring, where NASCAR had the brilliant idea to say that giving a position back is basically something you have to do if you're taking on Ron Hornaday and you're the leader and your tires spin to make you go to the inside lane, even though you gave the lane back. Just because it's Johnny Sauter. And you guys think Sauter's the bad guy? Why is everyone suggesting that Johnny Sauter is some yahoo idiotic pest that wrecks everybody? That races him dirty and all that stuff. Like, I don't recall Johnny Sauter ever wrecking Shane Neal after he caused a big one that flipped him in 2002 at Talladega. I don't remember him ever wrecking Tabanine, as much as we all want him to wreck Tabanine, for the 2009 big one where Sauter flat out calls him out as the onion head he is.
They don't call him the Onion for nothing, so...
I don't remember him wrecking Mike Skinner for stealing his win. I don't remember Michael Waltrip being wrecked by Johnny Sauter for stealing his win. And I don't remember Ron Hornaday for the numerous times those two had an encounter in the late 2000s and early 2010s. Where's those wrecks at? Where's the dirty Johnny Sauter you guys say you know? Oh, that's right. Those never happened. You know why? Because Sauter ain't that type. He's not Kyle Busch. He's not Kevin Harvick. He's not a Mega Baddie. Hello? You see, the type of driver that Johnny Sauter is the most acceptable amongst the fans today. Because he'll race you clean if you race him clean. But if you start racing him dirty, he'll race you dirty. That's the type of driver that Johnny Sauter is. We call it the Robby method, because that's the type of driver that Robby Gordon is. And that's why people wanted to hate on him for so long. Oh my god, he wrecked Jeff Gordon! How many times has Jeff Gordon wrecked people? It's just amazing that you guys have 5-second memories in terms of this kind of thing. Why are we defending AustinHill? He's an oblivious idiot. And he's proven that at least twice in the past 2 weeks. Why are we defending this guy? Just why? And the responses on the internet are so unfathomably stupid. And I had to laugh because when I was doing searches on responses to this kind of thing, I found one that just made me laugh out loud. Of course, from a YouTubian buddy, so of course logic's gonna be involved. Sauter should be suspended. If you're gonna suspend Busch for what he did to Hornaday and suspend Kenseth for what he did to Logano, and you better suspend Sauter. Stay consistent, NASCAR. You're a Jeff Gordon fan. Your argument's invalid. And the fact of the matter is that he continued on this ridiculousness. No, because Sauter is also mad at Hill for an incident that happened weeks ago. Yeah, all one of them. You're not watching the race because Sauter said on the radio that it was the second time this season. You don't use the car as a weapon under caution, so no, the system did not deserve it. Sauter's a punk. Paging Carl Edwards.
The 99 has turned over Brad Keselowski, and we have a caution.
Oh yeah, that's right. Edwards was not suspended for this attempted murder attempt. Not just once, but twice. Have you forgot about the 2010 Gateway race? Where a scooter run all of a sudden turns into attempted murder number 2? Oh, but that's acceptable? Because it's Brad Keselowski? What the hell? Why is everyone so oblivious to this problem? Why is everyone oblivious to the situation? And that brings up another problem. Why are we defending an illegitimate retaliation? At least Sauter's is legitimate. He had a reason to take out AustinHill, because AustinHill wrecked him twice. And this brings up another situation that just happened, like, a couple weeks ago. When the fans were actually defending another illegitimate retaliation that essentially could have been seen as the same thing as what Sauter did. Because, does everyone forgot that they defended Hailie Deegan for this? And what was the event that made her do that to Derek Krause? you guys doing this? Why are you guys being susceptible to stupidity? I don't get it. We're defending pure dirty drivers now? But drivers who are notorious for racing clean, unless they get race dirty, so they race the dirty driver dirty, are the people who are bashing now? What? Why has this community gone stupid? Why is NASCAR going back to its derp ways? I thought we got rid of all the derp ways when we were finally going to have change and Brainless France was out of power and everything is going to go change for the better. And then they went derpville again. Because, face it guys, I'd love to see NASCAR go back to an era where everybody races like my big three, the gentleman racers. I would love to see everyone race like Benson Elliott in Houston. But the fact of the matter is, as long as we have drivers like Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch still in NASCAR, and we have drivers like Hailie Deegan and now Austin Hill going up through the ranks, that's never going to happen. And the fact that we're defending dirty drivers is not going to help out at all. If anything, it's going to make it worse. You might as well turn NASCAR into a demolition derby. I suggested that last year with my Super Kyle Demolition Derby Racing Series video. The only difference there is that the only people invited to that series would be people named Kyle. That was the point of the Kyle and Kyle joke in that little montage. But the fact that the victim in all of this is the person we're bashing for literally no reason, what the hell's the point? And you can't say it's, oh, we want to get rid of the old drivers, because you guys were praising Greg Biffle for his win at Texas. Oh, the young gun trend is over. Bring in all the old guys from the Roush Pass and break them drive for Kyle Busch. Yay. Screw Ty Gilliland. What? No. No. First of all, we don't want Matt Kenseth and Carl Edwards back. We sure as hell don't want a coward and attempted murderer back. But you guys playing this game where you're always playing the hypocrite card against someone else, and especially a driver that you should be gravitating towards because he's your type of driver. Why are we defending Kyle Busch now? If you guys want to chastise Johnny Sauter for racing dirty, why the hell are you defending Kyle Busch? Why the hell are you defending Kevin Harvick? Why the hell are you defending Hailie Deegan? And why the hell are you defending Austin Hill? Has NASCAR found their new guy in Austin Hill now? Because last time I checked, their truck guy was Noah Gragson, and he's moved on to Xfinity. So it might as well be Austin Hill. I just can't believe how derpville this has become. Stuff like this is wondering why I even should continue in this community. Because if you guys cannot see the obvious problem, then what's the point of even trying to explain it to you guys? Because the fact of the matter is, this is stupid. Why are we bashing Sauter? Hill wrecked him at Texas. Hill wrecked him at Iowa. That's 2 wrecks versus 1. Why are we defending Hill? Just why? Okay, so we're finally in the bedroom 11 hours later after my night shift. And that's the reason you saw that little cutscene thing. Now we're going to get to the rest of what I was trying to say. Because it's funny, when I was at work during the night shift, I was having the wheels turn in my head about other things that I wanted to mention. And there was a couple different things that came up. Because outside of the Sauter versus Hill situation, the biggest headline to come out of Iowa was the Ross Chastain disqualification, which at this point in time is under appeal, so it may or may not still be a thing by the time this gets done and over with. But anyway, it's kind of funny that that came up that week, because minus Ross Chastain, pending appeal, the last disqualification in a top 3 NASCAR series race occurred in 2005 in what is now known as the Xfinity Series. Guess who the driver was? You guessed it, it was Johnny Sauter. Oh, and this story is a doozy if you want to talk about more stupid things NASCAR has done to him. The issue was that it was a carburetor part and/or issue that his team, Phoenix Racing, actually went to a NASCAR official to see if it was an approved part. The official said yes, so they ran the part. And if my memory serves me correctly, he finished in the top 15, somewhere in that area. 14th, I think, was the exact spot. But then come post-race inspection, they ended up disqualifying the team. They appealed it, and the penalty was actually increased. That kind of garbage only happens to certain people. And granted, this is not the first time that this has happened with Phoenix Racing and James Finch, by his own admission. But the fact that Johnny Sauter was the driver, that does make you a little suspicious on that front. So, yes, even that kind of thing was going on there. And another interesting thing that happened is that I saw a lot of comments talking about that the reason Sauter was suspended and AustinHill wasn't is because Sauter wrecked Hill under caution. First of all, tell Matt Kenseth that, because he's done that to both Brad Keselowski and Kevin Harvick, the two opposite ends of the NASCAR spectrum. A driver that NASCAR can't stand, and one of NASCAR's buddies. And then, funny enough, the main example that was brought up with that was the Kyle Busch, Ron Hornaday thing. But Ron Hornaday is actually guilty of this too, in technicality, because he drove up to Tower 9, who had spun Hornaday in the 2008 Charlotte truck race. He drove up at speed to Tower 9 under caution to voice displeasure, scooched him, and made him nearly hit the wall.
Crafton in front. Oh, here goes Hornaday. He slides across, and he will slide across the infield, and that will bring out the caution once again.
You better calm down. He needs to calm down.
Ron Hornaday has picked up speed. He knows who he's going for.
We're talking about a championship here. We got to be calm.
Ron Hornaday did not like what just happened to him, and he's letting Todd Bodine know all about it right now.
Where was Hornaday's suspension there? Explain that one then. And that's not even the most interesting thing that came up, because this also happened. Remember that tweet I referenced earlier about that Jeff Gordon fan who tried to spin everything and then was auto-debunked by the Clint Boyer incident in 2012? Well, there was a response that caught my attention. You know people like Ultimate 23 Dragon are not going to want that to jap them due to something hypocrisy something. First of all, it's happen, not jap 'em. And second of all, you're right, but for the wrong reason. There is a hypocrisy problem going on, but it's not on NASCAR for once. Because NASCAR has been pretty consistent in doing stupid things to Johnny Sauter. And unfortunately, that's not going to change. This has been going on for, at the very least, 15 years. 15 years. Most people in the NASCAR YouTube community haven't watched NASCAR for that long. I have. I've been watching NASCAR since the 90s. I see these things. That's why I'm letting you guys know. It's just amazing how this kind of thing has gone at this point. And the interesting thing is that I don't think I'm the only one who predicted this. I think Johnny Sauter himself predicted this because, well, unbeknownst to me until a few hours ago, I actually found out that he actually returned to Twitter. Now, I didn't think he was the Twitter type, but he's embracing it again, so that's cool. And I found a funny tweet from him, because for those who have followed Johnny Sauter in his career, you know that he's the real racer type. Even during off weeks, he's racing. So, of course, now with this happen, he has a weekend open, so he's going to go late model racing. And in a pretty prestigious event that he cares about, so that's cool. Now, for me, at this standpoint, and I'm only going to mention this because multiple reasons, I am concerned that something could happen to him, and the reason for that is because wrath of pathetic irony. The last time a driver that I liked, who was running Truck Series full-time, was forced to sit out a week for a stupid reason, also decided to go racing in a totally different series, and he nearly was destroyed. And for the record, this was 10 years ago. Nearly on the day. June 13th was the day, in case you want to look it up. And you should know what event this was, because here's something else the two drivers have in common. Both of their first names are Johnny. So, you should figure that one out easily. Uh-oh. The race is a Saturday night. Saturday is June 22nd. And here's another thing that kind of freaks me out about the fact that Sauter's doing this. June 22nd is the birthday of one of my IndyCar trio. And not just any member of the IndyCar trio, the one who's a spirit. Bad things always tend to happen on the birthdays of guys that I like. Now, June 13th, for reference, is the birthday of one of my drag racers. June 22nd is the birthday of one of my IndyCar trio. So, that's a kind of freaky situation. So, Johnny Sauter, if you by chance watch this video for whatever reason, just please stay safe. I don't want a repeat of Johnny Benson's super modified incident from 10 years ago. I just don't. But, anyway, that's my main concern about that thought. So take that for what you guys believe. It's one of those things that I noticed that apparently no one else does. That stupid things always tend to happen in the month of May, especially on the birthdays of guys that I like. It's more ridiculous than you can ever imagine. But, either way, the overall lesson to this is that stupid things are going on, and it has to stop. Please stop with the trollery. Please stop with the sheepleness. Please stop with the idiocy. And can you guys please do your research before trying to make stupid attempts to try and defend idiotic actions like that of AustinHills? Before everyone starts turning on them and all that stuff. Which, by the time this video is out, it's going to be too late already. So, anyway, does everyone get it now? Does everyone see why this is a problem? Can we stop with this ridiculousness now? just seriously. This has to stop. It really does. AustinHill's not the good guy. Johnny Sauter's not a Kyle Busch type of driver. And the fact that NASCAR is still continuing their anti-Sauterism, what the freak is what's going to happen next? Because I assure you that if NASCAR would have taken away Sauter's championship eligibility, he would have made AustinHill and the other drivers that he sees as dirty drivers' lives a living hell. That's basically the only reason why that didn't happen. So at least NASCAR got that part right. So unless AustinHill does something else stupid, and based on the pattern he will, I think we're good here. So that's it for that. Thank you everyone for watching. Hopefully you guys learned something and you can stop doing all this stupidity stuff now. So, are we clear on this now? Do we get it? Is everybody finally ready to become real race fans again? Please say yes. So, thank you everyone for watching. This is Ultimate 23 Dragon, and that's my final answer.
God bless America.